Welcome guys, it's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live. We're here in the building. So today we're going to talk about purse bids. This is something that a lot of my casual fan friends have been asking me about. So we're going to go into the dynamics of how this works. The best place to start is to talk about the ongoing negotiations between Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. For instance, right now, Mauricio Sulaiman, the president of the WBC title, said purse bids are being moved back to the 26th of January. So how purse bids work? Let me explain. So, you have two fighters, Whyte and Fury. You have their promoters. Eddie Hearn from DAZN Matchroom representing Dillian Whyte. You have Bob Arum from Top Rank, also Frank Warren, but really Bob Arum from Top Rank, representing Tyson Fury. Those two are guaranteed to make purse bids, but you can also have any promotional company who is licensed to make a purse bid also, albeit being Triller, PBC via Al Heyman, Hennessy Sports via Mick Hennessy, and so forth and so forth. Who knows, even Audley Harrison with A-Force Promotions could make a purse bid. He was the first fighter to have a promotional company before Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Big up Audley. So even Ricky Hatton with Hatton Promotions, Hitman Promotions, Adrian Broner, About Billions, Floyd Mayweather, The Money Team, Mayweather Promotions, and so forth and so forth. So how it goes is, you have a promoter, he's like a Patreon, he makes a bid, everyone puts in a bid in an envelope, they send it off all to the same sort of governing body of boxing or whoever it is that it needs to go to. You get one chance only. It's like eBay, but you can't just keep bidding and bidding and bidding. If somebody wins and then you get another shot, you only get one chance. You all put your bid in an envelope, so you better make it big and the maximum what you're willing to pay. Don't try and lowball. You all send it in, they open up the envelopes, whoever's got the highest number on the check wins the purse bid. So any promoter can win it, not just the promoter who represents each fighter. There's been numerous fights in history where the promoter who stages the fight has no fighter who they represent in the actual contest. For instance, most recently, Triller winning the purse bids for the George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez fight for the undisputed title. They won the purse bids. Teofimo Lopez unfortunately caught COVID-19. The fight got rescheduled. It got rescheduled for a Tuesday, but then George Kambosos, he wanted more money because he said that on the contract it was staged for a Saturday. Triller, it turned out, breached the contract because it was scheduled for a Saturday. They moved it to a Tuesday because they didn't want to clash with some kind of college football, so they was in breach. That way, DAZN, who was the second highest bidder via Eddie Hearn, they won the purse bid. They was the second highest bidder, so they got to stage the fight. With Triller losing their deposit money of 1.2 million, 75% going to the champion and Teofimo Lopez, and 25% going to the challenger at the time, George Kambosos Jr. And then Eddie Hearn can top up whatever he needs to on the rest. So Triller ended up losing out everything. They're trying to say that Tyson Fury might go off and fight Robert Helenius or Manuel Charr, but there's a rule in boxing that they want to say he's going to have a non-title fight, but that's not going to work, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why that's not going to work is because there's a rule in boxing, and this is why size matters. Don't ever let them tell you any different. The only time in history you've seen a champion with a belt who can have a non-title fight is when the fight is contracted at a catch weight. It's always got to be either a couple pounds up or a couple pounds below. But with the heavyweights, there is no weight limit. And unless Tyson Fury is going to weigh in at 225 pounds to say that he's a bridgerweight because he's got the WBC title, which he'll never make, then he can't have a non-title match because he's the WBC champion. So it's either he relinquishes or he fights Dillian Whyte. Perfect scenario for Dillian. Alexander Usyk is scheduled to fight Anthony Joshua in a rematch. But my problem is, if Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte both get step aside money, then who gets first dibs on the new undisputed champion out of Fury and Usyk? Because Dillian Whyte has been waiting at least over 4 years for his shot. Anthony Joshua is always going to be the A-side representative of the zone and matchroom boxing for Eddie Hearn. So if he gets the first dibs on Fury or Usyk, depending on who wins, then Dillian Whyte could be left in the wilderness, not getting a shot till next year, because there'll be some kind of rematch clause. There'll be all sorts going on. So I don't think it's really wise for Dillian Whyte to try and go for that. I don't believe he will take that step aside money, especially as he's looking for 10 million for the Tyson Fury fight. Eddie Hearn is saying he's going to put a massive bid in. That way the 20% worst case scenario, if it is 20% for Dillian Whyte, will make up the money to make it that 10 million. So you can work out the mathematics how much he'll need to put in as a bid, so Dillian Whyte can get 10 million, which will work out as 20% of what the purse bid will be, and Tyson Fury getting 80%. Obviously Eddie Hearn will leave room for the ticket gates and pay-per-view buys so he can make his cut. Come on, business is business. But yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. I hope you've been able to understand and learn something about purse bids and how it works. Any other questions, leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply to you and give you more information. Okay, welcome back guys. I know that it's new settings around here, but there's been some latest updates from the last video that I did. So subsequently, the purse bids was supposed to take place on the Wednesday. It got pushed back 2 days further to the Friday the 29th. The purse bids did take place with Frank Warren from Queensbury Promotions via BT. He won the purse bids with bidding over $41 million, which is a record purse bid. With Eddie Hearn from Matchroom bidding over $32 billion, so he came in second. So Frank Warren, via Tyson Fury's representative, has won the purse bids. The purse bids went to the WBC, to Mauricio Suleiman. He holds 10% of the purse. The WBC do this only as a sanctioning body, and that 10% goes to the winner. So I know it looks like I'm reading a bit off a transcript right about now, but just bear with me guys, just so I can get the figures correct. So Dillian Whyte is due to get $7.4 million. He was offered before by Bob Arum $5 million, so he's already up via this purse bid. But he can get up to $11.5 million if he wins the fight, with that 10% from the WBC being held. With Tyson Fury guaranteed $29.5 million, which can go up to $33.6 million if he wins the fight. The fight will be rumoured to be staged at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales, and it will be shown on BT Sport. There's been rumours, well, it's been confirmed via Bob Arum that he did help Frank Warren to win the purse bid, so he put some money in, as Tyson Fury is promoted by him via the ESPN deal, which is worth $80 million. So ESPN will get that. That will be a nice afternoon showing for the American viewers, as he has a big fan base out there via his Deontay Wilder fights. So you can get their popcorns and hot dogs and their beers in, all those good stuff for the afternoon session. While for us over in the UK, we will be watching it at normal time. Main event will start around 10:30 PM, so expect that. So I hope that clarifies everything for you, and yeah, that's about it.